Hey guys, today is TFLego98 and today we'll be taking a look at the newly released LEGO Monkey Kid Sandy's Power Loader Mech set. So first, taking a look at the details. Right here on this hand there's 5 fingers, whereas on this hand there's only 3 fingers. I'll get to why that is a bit later. And on this shoulder there's a sticker that says Heart Mo and another sticker that represents Sandy's weapon. And on the front there's a sticker that says 09. Over here there's some mechanical detail, and over here there's a picture of Mo and a sticker that's the Chinese word for the word strong. And over here there's some detail, it's an anchor I believe. And on the legs there's kind of a stripe that goes here, but it doesn't continue onto here, which is a bit weird. It's kind of similar to Sandy's legs actually, how the legs are white and then there's blue forearms. The only bit that's a bit out of place is the orange hands, but I think it's not supposed to be an exact replica of Sandy's look. So over here on the top there is a spot for Mo to sit. Let me adjust my camera. Over here on the top there's a spot for Mo to sit, and on the back there is also a spot to clip a fish. On top there are these little speakers, and there are one in both sides. And in front of Mo there's a control console. It's also a sticker detail. On the back there's yet another sticker, and it's the same logo as on this arm, but in different colors. On Syntax's mech, there's 2 legs, and then there's also 4 arms. There's 6 arms if you include Syntax's arms, which don't really do anything in this mode. So there's 2 hands. One of them is free. One of them is holding this little saw. One of them, well, that's not a hand. It's like a weapon. It's sharp. It points things. And over here, there's sort of a missile launcher. It's just a stud shooter. If you click on here, it will just fire off. And I'll probably lose that. Oh wait, I didn't. It's right here. And on the back right here, there's a vial that I'll tell you more about later. And yeah, that's about it for detail on the Spider Mech. You also get this little crate filled with these things. And this also has a sticker on the front of the spider logo. And for these things, you gotta take in Syntax's mech. And on the back, there's a red minifigure head with a stud on the top. You can remove that and replace it with any of the vials of poison that are in the crate. And there's 3 total included in the set. The instructions tell you to install the red one, but you can install either the green one or the blue one if you want. For features on Sandy's mech, on this arm, if you just curl all the fingers up into a fist, you can press down on this little lever here, and then the fist pops out, and then the rubber band right here will pull it back. So it's kind of like a punching arm. If you get something in front of it, I'm sure you can knock it down with this feature. And over here on this arm, you can see there's a knob in the back, and if you turn it, the hand will spin. And this feature is meant to be used with Sandy's weapon. Let me bring it in here. Right here, if you just tap it into right here, curl all 3 fingers around it, you can kind of spin it around. And I'm sure that will deal at least some damage to his enemies. And for other features, there's also a hinge on the back that's connected to this rocket booster, and I suppose that's supposed to make him fly in universe, which I think is pretty cool. On the top, these speakers can be adjusted. They're both on ball joints, so they can be moved all the way around. They can even be turned back to kind of help with the main thruster in flying. For articulation on this mech, on the hands, all the fingers except for the thumbs are on hinges, and the thumb is on a mini ball joint. The elbow is on a ratchet joint, which means it can go back all the way and it can bend forward 90 degrees. For the shoulders, they can rotate all the way around, and they can go in about that far and out about that far. For this shoulder, it has the same articulation as the other one, goes all the way around and goes from here to here outward. For the elbow, it's a bit different. It can still go back the same amount. Let me adjust my camera. It can still go back the same amount, but it goes forward quite a bit farther. And for the fingers, as there are only 3 fingers, all of them are on hinges, and there's 2 on one side and 1 on the other side. That kind of acts as a thumb. No waist articulation, unfortunately, but the legs can kick forward pretty far, backwards pretty far, and kick outward that far. And there's no knees, but there are ankles, which are on ball joints, which means they can go side to side, they can rotate, and they can also move forward that far and backwards that far. For articulation on the spider mech, the ankles and all the elbows, I think they're elbows. Yeah, the ankles and all the elbows are on mini ball joints. And the hips and the shoulders are on hinges, paired with this really useful piece that lets them go in and out. And I almost forgot to mention that Sandy can come out of this mech. You just take this part and fold it all the way upwards, and then you can take him out. The 4 characters included in the set are Mo, which is exclusive, Sandy, Huntsman, and Syntax. Whoops. None of these characters are exclusive except for Mo, who has these new sunglasses and a sort of backpack. I don't know what it's called. But other than that, all of them are also included in other sets. But for these 2, this is the cheapest set right now to get them in. So for Sandy, he has this mohawk and a beard with orange eyebrows. And he has this sort of necklace around his neck. And he's wearing track pants, and they have these purple bits in the front. For Syntax, this is a really cool minifigure. He has this giant sort of VR goggles attachment, and underneath it he has 1, 2, 3, 4, he has 5 eyes underneath it, and 4 regular eyes and 1 sort of robotic eye. And then he has this mouth, but for his alternate expression, he has sort of, I don't even know what that is. I think it's like sort of a face mask? No, it's not a face mask. It's like, it has teeth coming out of it, which makes me think it's kind of organic. It's like a mouth attachment. Yeah, let's call it that. For this piece, they have the VR goggles in black, and then it also has the green hair on top. This is all molded in one piece, which is pretty nice. And that just slides on top of there. Syntax is also wearing this sort of attachment thing. That's just so it has studs on the back, so he can attach to his mech. And underneath, he's sort of wearing a lab coat. It has silver highlights all the way around it, and it also has purple and green bits. For Huntsman, he sort of has this woolly thing around his neck, and he also has hair coming out of the back. He has 4 eyes and these sort of like sideburn thingies on his face. And then he's also wearing the same color of wool things on his chest, and it goes down on his legs. And right here there is a green spider logo, and on the back there is, I think that's a knife. Yeah. So for my overall thoughts on this set, yeah, I think it's pretty good. I mean, most of the characters aren't exclusive to the set, but they're still nice to get in a relatively cheaper set than most of the sets in the series. And an exclusive Mo is always nice. So that's basically all my thoughts on this set. Bye.